Good morning, dear students. In this video, I'm going to talk about the other 6 tenses, how to change them from active to passive. Last time, in my last video, we explained how to change present simple and past simple into passive. And today we are going to talk about the other 6 tenses, which are present continuous, present perfect, past continuous, past perfect, future simple, and future perfect. In brief, when we talk about changing future tenses, future simple, we take be from verb to be plus the past participle of the verb. Why do we use be? Because, as you know, with all modal verbs like will, shall, they accept only the bare infinitive of the verb. What is the bare infinitive of verb to be? It's be. This is why we use be, plus the past participle of any verb. And when we talk about changing the continuous tenses, as you know, we use the present participle with am, is, are, was, were. You know this. What is the present participle of verb to be? Being. So we use is, am, are, was, were, plus being, plus the past participle, because without a part of verb to be and the past participle, there is no passive voice. So simply we say is being, are being, am being, were being, was being, only, plus the past participle. When we talk about perfect tenses, we use has or have. What do we use with have and has? Simply, we use the past participle. What is the past participle of verb to be? It's been. B-E-E-N. Have been, has been, plus the past participle of the verb. I'm going to give you some examples to explain this in a simple way. Example number 1. Our teacher will give us an exam next week. Will give is future simple. What is the object in this sentence? Will give us an exam. What's to be given? An exam. So this is the direct object, and us is an indirect object. As I told you before, when we begin with the indirect object, we don't use prepositions, but when we begin with the indirect object, when we begin with the direct object, we use a preposition. When we begin with the indirect object, we don't use any prepositions. So this sentence will be, we will be given an exam by our teacher next week. Okay? This is the indirect object. But if we begin with the direct object, it will be an exam will be given to us by our teacher next week. Okay? Let us have another example about the perfect tense, either present or past, the same way. My friend Ali has sent me a postcard. Okay? The verb is present perfect, has sent. So what is the object? We have direct object and indirect object. As I explained, if we begin with the direct object, we use a preposition. If we begin with the indirect object, we don't use a preposition. What is the direct object here? Sent me a postcard. What is sent? A postcard. So this is the direct object. And me is an indirect object. So if we begin with a postcard has been sent. Okay? To me by Ali, by my friend Ali. Okay? Let us begin with the direct object. The indirect object this time. I was sent a postcard by my friend Ali. Okay? Now, another example about the continuous tense. Any continuous tense. We take, as I explained, being from verb to be. Ahmed is studying English at the moment. Present continuous or past continuous doesn't make difference. What is the direct object? No, we have only object, one object, not direct and indirect. Ahmed is studying English at the moment. The object here is English. So it will be English is being studied by Ahmed at the moment. I think it's quite easy if we know from the beginning what part will be chosen from verb to be. If we are talking about the future, again, we take be plus the past participle. And the auxiliary verb in most cases is not changed. Only it is changed to its brother verb, means has or have, is or are, was or were. When do we make this change? If the subject is singular and the object is plural, the verb will change from is to are or from has to have. Very simple. Because the auxiliary verb is changed only according to the object, if it's plural or singular. But the part of verb to be that we use never changes. Never change. In future, we take be. In perfect tenses, we take ben. B-E-E-N. And in continuous tenses, we use being. Okay? Plus the past participle of the verb. And always we begin with the object. With direct object, we don't use prepositions. With indirect object, we use preposition. With indirect object, we don't use prepositions. Okay? I think everything is quite evident. If you have any question, you can inquire me or call me or send me a message, whatever you like. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.